What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy Pool Kind of Boxing coming back at you for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Make sure you smash that like button for more hardcore boxing content. So, Ring Magazine finally places Errol Jr. back on top of the list as the number one welterweight. And of course, they had like a meeting of some sort where they had to decide whether Errol Spence Jr. deserves to be, number one. So what's the guy named Anuye? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, let's just keep it real. All the white writers, boxing writers, you know what I'm saying? They put Inoue up there. You know what I'm saying? And if you look who he's fighting, even though he's an exciting fighter, but he's in the lower divisions. The heavier weight divisions have tenure over the lightweight divisions, even though because there's no really white fighters dominating in the heavy divisions or any, multi-ethnic boxers, the boxing writers tend to go towards the non-black fighters, you know what I'm saying, to keep, what I'm saying, diversity, what I'm saying, in the picture. So, you know, Inoue is not fighting monsters, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting the toughest competition, but the system keep him up. They keep him propped up. The machine of the system keep Inoue up because they don't have any fighters to really compete. You know what I'm saying, with the dominant black fighters right now, like Errol Spence Jr., because they always attach his name, you know what I'm saying, to Errol Spence Jr. when you start talking about the face of boxing, you start talking about Canelo. And these fighters are not doing what the Deontay Wilders and the Errol Spence Jr.'s are doing. You know, these people have political asylum, you know what I'm saying, through the machine of the industry, and they don't, they want you to kind of want you to ignore the fact that they have the machine behind them, and then a lot of the fans, they go with where the cloud is. Well, with the cloud with Canelo, he has the network deals, but he's not fighting the best anyway. You know what I'm saying? They putting money, they want another Asian Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying, that they can pump up and build up and make mega fights, even though he's not fighting the best. So really, that's what's going on. And so, Ring Magazine got Spence. You know what I'm saying? They put Crawford over Spence after he beat Sean Porter. After Errol Spence Jr. beat Sean Porter, they put Crawford over him, and it pissed Spence off, right? So, now this move by Ring Magazine, you know what I'm saying, to put Errol Spence Jr. back in number one position, you know what I'm saying, shows you what I'm saying, how irrelevant Ring Magazine belt really is. You know what I'm saying? The belt really is insignificant. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, um, it's just kind of like the white boxing writer belt. You know what I'm saying? It don't really mean nothing because it comes with strings. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna protect their interests. You know what I'm saying? Which is Inoue, who they can tie to whoever they put up, whatever black fighter they put up as number one. And they only really kind of mention Errol Spence Jr. as kind of a way to get Inoue name out there in front of the people. So it's almost like Errol Spence Jr. is just you know what I'm saying, he's not the main course, he's a side dish when they tend to mention Errol Spence Jr. or any black fighters to promote who they want to be seen as number one or have the publicity. You know what I'm saying? And that's what goes on. Um, you know, they don't mention the facts that surrounding or the context surrounding these fighters. That they'll pump up Canelo, but they won't say they won't connect him with the fighters that we want to see him fight. You know, They won't do it. The zone didn't do it. So it's they're all in on um, hiding what's really going on in boxing, and only the hardcore fans, are keeping up with it. The casual fans don't care, or the fans that really that are fanatical about these guys, they're not gonna, expose the fact that uh, some of these guys been ducking for years. They're not fighting the best because they don't care. What they're doing is they're trying to change boxing to pure entertainment and not a sport. You see what I'm saying? Sports are entertaining, but a sport has rules, and it has a hierarchy. It has tradition, and they're trying to break all that right now because they don't want to see their fighters get exposed, or what I'm saying, they don't want to. There's no way that white fighters or Mexican fighters can compete if they have to fight the dangerous black fighters. There's no way in the world that they can become the best. What I'm saying, they have to pick their spots, and they have to create these little political bubbles, because if they went the traditional route, then that means Canelo would have had that fight Jamal Charlo, and he probably would have got knocked out. He probably wouldn't be the Canelo that you see today. That's why Terrence Crawford could make it through the ranks at 147, because he didn't have to go the traditional route. See, you wouldn't have these different camps if boxing was traditional and you had to fight everybody. Then you wouldn't have these camps going back at it. You wouldn't have this fan and that fan, because they would have to clash at some point in time. But since we got so many different promoters, and we have so many different sanctioning bodies, these fighters can miss each other, and everybody can argue who the best is, when really these fighters should be aiming for each other. And, the reason why people love Errol Spence Jr. is because he always said what he was going to do. But even though people are trying to change and twist what he was saying through lies because they're afraid for their favorite fighter, right? See, that's all bullshit, because you don't need to make up narratives when your fighter is fighting the best. You see what I'm saying? That's only for people who are not fighting the best. That's only for people who are doing a lot of tap dancing and bullshit. That's why nobody's ever worried about Terrence Crawford and his people narratives, because it's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Spence always went for the next belt. He always went for the next best fighter, even though we live in a time where it's a lot of propaganda and a lot of pussy punk ass shit out here, where people don't like to live in reality, you know what I'm saying? But you can get a lot of clicks, you know what I'm saying, through Errol Spence Jr. hate. You can get a lot of clicks. You can get a whole career by people just hating on Errol Spence Jr. But it's kind of pathetic, but it is what it is. So Ring magazine, you know what I'm saying, trying to put Inoue, even though they put Errol Spence Jr. as number one, they specify that he's number one at 147, and they want to save Inoue. They're saying the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, stopped his momentum, right? But they still got his name, like they want to put it over Errol Spence Jr. But since he just had a great, exciting fight, it's almost like they can't wait to supplant Spence with a Nui way, right? And really, you know what I'm saying, unless you like study the guys around that division, and it's like you're not really excited to see him fight. Now, Daenerys, I give it, you know what I'm saying, I like Daenerys, you know what I'm saying, but think about it, who's really watching for, these little tiny ass dudes? You know what I'm saying? Except for these white writers, these white boxing writers like Dan Raphael, to have somebody to stick it in the face of black fans, you know what I'm saying? Like they did with Chocolate Tito or years back. And then he went right out and got his ass for Lumaloon. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to put him over Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford back then. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and got for Lumaloon. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, you know what I'm saying? And even though this stuff comes back and trashes them in their face, they just keep it moving like nothing happened. And that's the times we live in. People lie, and people, they bias right in front of you, and when it come all crashing down in their face, they just jump on the next narrative like nothing happened. So But that's all I got. This has been Pool Kind of Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, you know what I'm saying? And, support the channel, you know what I'm saying? Check out the, the community page. And I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? See you guys in the next one. Peace.